I'm Dr. Charis, the period doctor, and I'm birthing change as an OBGYN. I'm also a specialty trained pediatric and adolescent gynecologist, which just means that I was trained specifically to focus on the younger generation, folks that are going to have periods and get pregnant, which makes me very happy. I love the opportunity to educate and advocate for this population, which is why I leverage social media to do just that. This is my first pregnancy, and so my journey is really at the beginning. But when I consider the fullness of that journey, it started many years ago when I really became more aware of the fragility of my fertility. That had a lot to do with medical conditions and just my career choices and looking for a partner and that, biological clock that we often think about. But my Black birth story of hope centers around being able to get through all of those steps and all of those setbacks and still be able to conceive naturally with my partner. It was not something that I expected. I honestly had prepared for the worst or the most difficult journey, and it is so beautiful and gives me so much hope and joy to be able to sit before you today, knowing that I'm carrying this blessing and knowing that all of the things I worried about and even prepared for didn't necessarily stop it from happening. I shared my story on social media, and by the story I mean the fullness of my fertility journey, and honestly, that's an impossibility. I really can't get into all of the nuances of the ups and downs of emotions over a 9-year period, but I did my best to hit the highlights. And I wanted to share that just because there's always more to that story, and I think by telling people that there's more to my story, it also gives them agency and invites them to share more about their story. We are so dynamic as a people. I don't want to just show you my highlight reel. That does a disservice. I want you to know that I've been through things and I've also survived things. And I didn't just survive, I'm thriving, which means that you can too. I definitely think my story and journey is different from other folks because I am an OBGYN. I was speaking with my close family members, and what I told them was, I actually know all of the scariest things, but what I haven't experienced is the fullness of the joy and the most beautiful moments. It's really special to sit on the other side. I've been a patient before, but I've never been a patient who is a birthing person who's going through this process. It really opens up my mind. It makes me grateful for the knowledge I have. It calms my fears, and it does allow me to partner better with my doctors. I am beyond grateful for my village. My village spans a lot of different areas of my life. So of course I've got my sisters who are like my best friends. And then of course my husband is an amazing part of my village. And it's just beautiful to have a partner that sees in you what you want to see in yourself and encourages that side of you, which matters a lot to me. I definitely knew I wanted to be a mother, but I also knew that I wanted to have impact in the medical space, and I'm grateful for a partner that never makes me feel like I have to decide or choose or pick one side. The most remarkable thing for like a strong woman is having a village that lets me be vulnerable and broken and imperfect, and they still love me. And it's beautiful to understand and to have a village that loves you for the fullness of who you are, not just for the mother you'll become, or for the kids you'll birth, or for the accomplishments you have, but for the fullness of who you are as a person. Well, I would give a social media influencer who wants to share their story the simple advice that transparency is one of the greatest powers that we have. To me, if you are a true leader and you really have cultivated a trusted community, that trust goes both ways. And part of that is sharing certain details and things that you know could positively impact someone else. I think I'm receiving hope from all of the Black mothers around me who know that I'm an OBGYN, know that I'm an expert in the field of caring for moms, but also know that I am completely new and a total novice to being a mom. I have had people message me on social media with encouragement. My sister sends me things that says, you're okay. If you're tired today, it's because your body's basically running a marathon. All of these things that validate me and give me encouragement from sources that I typically encourage, that I'm typically the one who's giving them information, and I see myself as their educator, but the roles have switched, and they've switched so seamlessly and with so much compassion and gentleness and kindness. It's beautiful to be on the receiving end and be learning from the people I love. As it relates to Black maternal health equity, I feel hope when I see all of the ways that people are using their unique journeys and stories and setbacks, and even in some ways tragedies, to change the lives of others, the ways in which people are coming together to create community, to support one another, and to really demand change. It gives me so much hope because we're so strong together. It's time for new narratives of hope that heal. It's time for us to be seen. It's time for our stories to be heard. Join us. Shine a light on Black birth stories of hope.